living life.
Welcome back to another episode of Exceptional Sports Talk. I'm with my man Nick. We're here, he's with Sleeper Sports Media. Glad to have you here. So there's so much going on in the sports world, Before I get into that, we're brought to you by Mystic Mary and powered by StreamYard. We don't have no sponsors yet, but bring them in. I don't care who you are. You got my email, my Facebook, all of that. Let's get right into the sports world, bro. Where do you want to go with this? Where do you want to start?
Something I thought was interesting as I was coming home from work. They announced that Backlash for WWE is going to be in Puerto Rico, and Bad Bunny is going to host it.
That's going to be nice. I'm not too big on Bad Bunny, but I do respect. He's talented and has the humongous following.
I don't get the hype, but the last time there was a pay-per-view in Puerto Rico was in 2008 for the Elimination Chamber.
Oh, wow.
So
I will say, some celebrity guys, he's not bad in the ring. He actually has some flashy moments, but I don't know, man. I mean, I'm with you on like the hype thing. He's big in his country.
Yeah,
he's a star, but he's got to kind of get over with the American crowd a little bit more too, I believe.
Yeah, and I don't know if he's the post I saw said hosting, so I don't know if he's just going to be there, perform like he did before, or if he's going to take part and be in the ring. Somebody said Damian Priest and him having a match would be cool.
I can see that working. That's good chemistry, honestly, with them two.
Yeah, because that's who he was partnered with whenever he first got into it 2 years ago. Or in he was in the PC era, so the Thunderdome era, so 3 years ago now.
Yeah, he was. It just feels like that was yesterday.
It does.
Like, I remember watching them in Full Sail at our school and stuff, and man, it's like now look at it, it's 2023. It's already March. It's just it don't make no sense. WrestleMania is right around the corner.
Yep, 24 days. 24 days.
Oh, I didn't even have that track that way, so I like that.
24 days.
I'm excited for it, dude. I've been a big fan of them going the 2-day route, and a lot of people are saying it ain't gonna stick around and people don't like it. My thing is, from WWE standpoint, it's more money. Like, why would you not want to? You said they sell them out 2 nights in a row. That's double money.
Yeah, they already have, I think, 100,000 tickets sold for both nights for this year, selling at SoFi Stadium. But Triple H wants a smaller and shorter card. So if he keeps going that way, they might have to fall back to one night, because right now there's I think there's 7 matches confirmed, and I would see 3 or 4 more being announced within the next 2 weeks.
They could easily do that. What did you think about Tommy Fury and Jake Paul?
It was a good fight. Probably Jake's best fight so far. I think he looked more like a fighter, not a boxer. He got outboxed, plain and simple, but he said he felt flat going into it, and that's the first thing I saw. I saw him whenever he was coming out. I said he doesn't have it. No usual energy that he had for the Woodley fight when he got popped that one time. The first time he ever really got popped, he did he licked his gloves and was like, "Come on, let's go. Give me more." And then with this one, with Fury, with Tommy, he took it, but no.
I don't think Jake's ever seen somebody as technical.
Yeah,
is how I looked at it, and that's kind of what I seen happening. But you got to hats off to Jake for staying in there, and it wasn't like this one-sided thing either. But I felt like Tommy, just his experience really showed, and I said before, it was both of their biggest fights.
Oh, absolutely.
And neither one of them really took a dock on stock, for this. Tommy wasn't. I mean, he's known because of his family, and he's got skills, but he hasn't really earned his name in this sport yet either.
So I was watching the Impulsive podcast yesterday, and Jake said Tommy didn't win the fight. Jake just lost.
Yeah, and you could see it that way. My biggest thing with Jake, though, I've said since day one, just boxing, he likes that overhand right a little too much.
Yeah,
he when he's coming with that, he can kind of see it coming, and it's got some power. I mean, obviously he's put people to sleep with it, but he needs to set it up better. You know what I'm saying? He needs to use the jab a little more, but that shows the inexperience. But you got to get back in the lab.
He's only been doing this for 3 years now, and Tommy's been doing it since he was 6 or 14, whatever it was. And I guess after the fight, they were in the medical room, and Tommy was like, "You're pretty good for. I've been doing this since I was 6, and you're really good." And then Jake made the comment. He's like, "I've only been doing this for 3 years, so how am I pretty good? And barely won a 50-50 fight."
I like
So,
that. That can help sell them down the line. But I
Jake
wouldn't
wants
not
he
rush.
wants the rematch before he goes and fights KSI.
I understand why he would and would feel that way, but personally, from a booking standpoint, I wouldn't do it right away. I'd let them guys build their names more and just smash some other guys and make people want to see it again.
Yeah,
Me and there's unfinished business, but
yeah.
the broader picture, they don't really look at it that way.
I saw a whole bunch of reports, and Jake said the number, but they bleeped it out. But I think it did 775,000 pay-per-view buys.
That's pretty solid.
At I think it was
a weird time for us Americans.
It was $50 for the buy. Yeah, it's because it's over in Saudi Arabia. I hope that they do it in. I think that was also a big issue for him. He was saying that the same thing. He said that normally they do a 12-week camp, and he had to squeeze his camp into 7, and he went over there and he did half here in Puerto Rico, and then half in Puerto Rico, and then half over there in Saudi. So I think that threw him off. And there's the report that everyone's coming out today saying, "Oh, he had a wet dream," and he's saying he lost because he had a wet dream before the fight. And like everyone's like, "Oh, that's his excuse now," but I mean that's been a legit thing for any fighter. So I don't know why he's getting ridiculed for that. But
whether you win or lose.
Logan had the same thing for the second KSI fight, and he sneezed 3 times. So I'd
be ready to see Logan get back in the boxing, maybe, man. But he's got so much going on, like you don't really know what we know WrestleMania is next, but
yeah,
after that, his schedule
too. What's he gonna do after Mania? Because
hopefully he doesn't get hurt this time, man.
Yeah, the next big one will be
momentum for him.
Would be for him, maybe like he might want to do the Saudi show again, the King and Queen of the Ring over in Saudi Arabia. Or
he's big. He's big news over there. Massive.
I don't know how he's going to go from Seth Rollins to someone else that quick.
Yeah, you never know though. They can work it.
Yeah,
it's gonna be interesting, with Mania 2 about Roman Reigns, because I've been seeing them dirt sheets. They want him to hit that 1,000 days on that one belt, but they want to split the belts too. It's just a mess, man. And I can see him eking. I taken Cody if you put a gun in my head, but I can see Roman winning, and I can see the argument for it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm talking about big cheeks, tribal cheeks, Rikishi. I love Rikishi, fan of his, man. I was lucky to grow up and watch his amazing, funny ass stink faces. But him interjecting into this bloodline storyline now is a little too late for me. It's like, where was you at a year ago?
Yeah, I mean, he was. I guess it was often Sika that showed up after that one pay-per-view. It was a Hell in a Cell, I think, when he beat Jay.
Yeah,
they acknowledged him, but I mean, Rikishi. It could be because there's apparently big plans for Solo Sikoa, so they could bring Rikishi in for whenever they really push Solo like that.
Huge Solo guy, man, and I've been about him since day one. And me, like most people have hated, I've been about Theory since day one.
Yeah,
and I'm very interested. How long I've wanted him and John, and it was rumored at SummerSlam and teased here and there. The backstage, I forgot, it was a big Raw. I forgot why, but the backstage thing.
Yep.
There's been so much gearing towards that, and
At
I
first,
Theory is like the new Cena, but maybe not. Obviously, not as a large star, but he's kind of like he gives me those vibes.
Yeah, at first, I thought they were going to do Logan and Cena because that's what he said on Impulsive. He said he texted Triple H and pitched it as, if you want to go viral again and make a big shock to the world, let me face John Cena on my birthday, April 1st at WrestleMania. But now they're doing the Rollins thing, which I'm for. I love both of them, so it's
I
gonna be
think
it's gonna be a good.
the styles. I feel like Logan and Seth have like very similar in ring styles,
Oh yeah,
even though Logan's new to the game. But
yeah.
I hope WrestleMania delivers this year, dude.
I think it will. So far there's not. I mean, besides Brock and Omos, but
I might not. I might not really. I hope I could see a smash either way. Honestly, Brock obviously is a way better athlete, proven man, but I can see where it's like, well, Brock really he's proven like, and I'm not really wanting Omos per se to win. I want him to show growth as a character and a wrestler. Show me something, and that's what I ask. If he's gonna win, I need to see something.
yeah,
And he's got to show character progression. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Omos is a big dude, and I get that the brand and the owners have been about big dudes, but some of them just ain't it.
yeah. And Brock, I saw a
Hard
thing that
to
said
buy.
Brock is apparently on his way out. He's been saying goodbye to a lot of people.
He's
That's
probably
gonna
tired of being on camera. If you would, Brock, that's as much as he's been on camera and things, he's anti that. He want to be in the woods somewhere locked away.
Yeah, and he said that on Pat McAfee, but he also said he's just having fun right now. He said
He's a lot of
when he's
bucks.
not having fun anymore, then he's done. But he's having
A
fun.
lot of bucks, making a lot of bucks and having he's really kind of more himself now
Oh
than
yeah,
he's ever been. I
yeah,
mean, they look at him as this master machine. If you don't really know Brock, and when you get to study who he is, he's a farmer and hunter and stuff outdoors. And like, then you're like, damn, you wouldn't really think that about him watching
yeah.
him on TV. He look like just a killer, like somebody you don't want to cross paths with. I picture like an old Viking
Oh
or
yeah,
old Icelandic Polish motherfucker on a horse, like ready to kill you.
yeah.
That's what I envision when I think of Brock Lesnar. It's like that's a bad dude. And then how about the birthday man on the USC event, man? On the main card, 4 out of the 5 fights correct. If Valentina, my female goat, she let me down. If she would have won, I would have won $500, dude.
Dang,
Just
I
one
didn't.
little minuscule pick.
I didn't
I'm
get to
getting
watch it. I wanted to, because whenever I found out that Bo Nickel was on the card, I wanted to, but at that point I already bought in the Jake Paul fight
yeah.
or the Jake Paul fight the weekend before, and then or I bought Revolution that Sunday, and then Saturday was the Misfits card that I bought DAZN for, so I had enough to watch.
And it's hard to want to buy every single one of them, dude. Especially with Daddy Dana. Like I've told you, as long as I rock with him, I remember when he was cutting deals on pay-per-views, bro.
Yeah,
Now it's double, almost double you're paying now.
yeah,
It's like I can get for like special events. If you want to charge extra for John Jones like you did, sure. Connor, sure. But some name I look at a card and see $80 and I ain't got interest in that fighting style of any of them.
yeah,
I ain't even gonna say how I'm gonna watch it. You already know. 'Cause I'm gonna watch it.
yeah,
You better
yeah,
believe I'm gonna watch it, but I don't you ain't getting me for that much, Dana.
yeah.
You got to pay a man. You're gonna have to invest in a man like me, and maybe I might invest back in you a little more than I do. But man, I feel you because these pay-per-views, dude. I watched them when they were like 35,
Yeah,
39,
yep,
44, and it was what 77 to $80 for the John Jones event.
yeah. Because I was gonna buy the last one before this past weekend, and I saw it was like 70. It came out to like 77 something. I'm like, nope, I'm good. I'm all right. I'm
I
good.
can't stand it. And it's like you charging these people all these money, but and you breaking records every month. I see why, because you charging more every month, bro.
Exactly.
It's one thing like I miss being able to call my cable provider or even pulling up an app and just buying it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna always own ESPN Plus now. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but I shouldn't have to own that to buy a pay per view.
Yeah.
It's it's like a password. It's like you can't do anything without
Yeah.
that. I've
Because
never done that.
really, if you someone brand new to UFC, if they want to go and buy a pay-per-view, they gotta sign up for ESPN Plus. It's either an extra $9 on top of that 77, or $100 for the year, and then that's 77.
And it's not cheap. And I'll say they have more than enough content that makes it worth it.
Oh
But
yeah,
not everybody can cough all that up, you know.
yeah,
And I feel it because to be a sports fan and to be a top sports fan above everybody and quicker about seconds than the next man, it costs money.
yep,
Like you can't be better than the next guy without putting in it. And I've learned that over the past five years, probably.
yeah,
So you want to be, and I learned that especially with the Lamar Jackson news yesterday. I broke that more than any of my Ravens fans
yeah,
friends. Dude, soon as I seen the fucking update from Ian Rappaport, I got the text from Twitter, dog. And I went right to Facebook with it. And then I noticed 10 minutes after the fact, I seen a friend of mine. I don't want to say no names, but this said friend did call the same thing I called about the
yeah,
non-exclusive. But when I was posting the post about this is what it is, she was still talking about what it's gonna be.
yeah,
I hearted that thing, and that's when I commented. I'm like, yeah, non-exclusive, we called it. And it felt good to like me be ahead of the ball and see people. And it was the post literally said like 1 minute ago, dog.
yeah,
And
yeah,
they were still arguing other Ravens fans about what's going to happen. I'm like, dog, it's figured out.
yeah,
Well, not really figured out, but with the next step in the process. Uh, there was something about this process I was going to ask you about, not just Lamar, but about the franchise tag. Oh, Aaron Rodgers. I feel like something's going to get figured out by the 15th with him.
yeah. That's that's. I mean, I haven't seen. He hasn't been on Pat McAfee. I don't think he's on today was on yesterday. But
I don't
I'm
think so.
I can't wait to see where where he goes, because I've been seeing a lot that Jordan Love is ready for a shot if
He
Rodgers doesn't
deserves a
stay with
shot.
the team.
Whether he stinks it up or not, he's deserving. And Aaron at New York Jets isn't a bad fit. And that brings me back to my points I was saying with other Ravens fans. These quarterback positions are filling up. Where's Lamar going to run to?
Yeah,
He's going to mess around, and he's going to be sitting back at the desk with Hitman. You know, that's who I call Eric DaCosta. Tell
yeah,
me he don't look like Agent 47. And if Eric offers you $5-10 million less, I'm not gonna be mad because this is business, bro.
yeah,
And you're gonna play for that. I mean, you at least if you can't get a deal somewhere else or a deal you like, you got to play here this year, you know.
yeah.
And
So
I
that
hate how this whole thing's unfolded. I'm not a it's messy.
the
And
non-exclusive, that means that they can just whatever he goes and gets an offer, they can match it, right?
and he's not. I guarantee you, he will not get a Deshaun Watson offer. And that goes right into the next argument. I've been reading about owners are colluding. I don't believe they're colluding. They have always been against a Deshaun Watson contract. The Browns were stupid enough to do it. This isn't collusion. This is common sense. Good owners don't spend bad money.
Yeah,
I don't care what the Browns do, bro. Nothing can validate that for me. A Super Bowl ring can't validate it for me because Mahomes got 2 rings and his deal ain't nothing like that.
yeah,
It's actually built to help the Chiefs.
yeah,
Deshaun Watson's an anomaly. It ain't no market trendsetter, and the management and ownership of Baltimore is too good to fall for traps like that. And it might hurt a lot of fans' feelings.
yeah,
I love Lamar, you know that, but I've always said since day one, I see life with and without him. We got a plan if he's not sticking around. And to me, it's like, why strap yourself for one guy? I said what was fair to me, 200 million guaranteed, maybe 275 million overall, but that other 75 million your ass gonna go in the playoffs and earn.
yeah. Incentives, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
That would make sense, but
He's
you know,
smart.
he wants fully guaranteed.
Agreed.
Yeah,
And I still have video clips, dog, from draft night where he was talking about winning many Super Bowls. And fast forward to like year 2, he was talking about, yeah, I'm not going to hurt the team. I want help here. Well, things might be totally different now. You might not get what you're expecting. You might be stuck here, but you might be getting the help that you finally need too. But this whole thing's messy. And he needed an agent. At
yeah,
the end of the day, you can't. There's things an agent will tell the owner and the manager that they're not going to tell the player, and vice versa. Like, they're not going to sit there and look at Lamar and be like, bud, you missed 6 games the past 2 years. You know, they know how to negotiate and not hurt the players' feelings.
Yeah.
You go in there and go try to negotiate with the Ravens yourself as a man like Lamar, you're not going to get everything. I hate to say it that way. You're just not. They're not going to look at you on the level they're at.
Yep. And this is like a couple years ago with the whole Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown situation. I guess more Le'Veon Bell. Whenever he tested free agency, he sat out, didn't want to play on the franchise tag, this and that, and then look what happened. Now he's boxing.
Life's crazy, dude. I mean, I'm all for these guys getting more leverage, and like I said the other day, I don't believe any athlete's overpaid when you look at the owner's bank.
Yeah,
but there's better ways to handle your business, man. Like, and I'll go ahead and say, anybody watching this stream now or later that wants to negotiate or do business with me, we ain't doing it 25 months. If a month or two goes by and things don't change, we done. And I wish you well, but that's what bothers me about this Ravens Lamar thing. Like 25 months of this. 25 months of this has been in the back of my mind, even when I've accepted what's to come if he's gone or staying. But it's always
judge for 19 months.
Even other fans, we talk football. It's always, what's Lamar gonna do? What's Lamar gonna do? It's like I just want to be over it. I don't care what happens. If you leave, I'm happy for you, bud. If you stay and it works out, I'm happy and I'll buy your jersey. I did say I would do that. But I'm just over this negotiation shit, bro. They had Ozzie Newsome, Big Oz, the old GM for us. They had him in there negotiating right up to the decision was made yesterday, and he couldn't even budge the situation, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy what we're seeing and what we're not seeing. There's so much more going on. Reasons why nothing's been.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna get worse because you got Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert next. I'm glad I don't have my next QB, whether it's Lamar or not. I am not dealing with this for another few more years.
Yeah, I got 4 years with Kenny, and so I'm
enjoy it. I'm telling you, enjoy. I enjoyed every minute with Lamar and in the future too, but the past couple seasons have been kind of ruined for me because of this, dude.
Yeah, and you got
Matt. I don't know if you see that comment or not, Nick, but yeah, that's what we were just saying, bro. We were just talking about, you can't represent yourself, even if you say your mama's, you're representing yourself, period.
Yeah.
And he wasn't going to get anywhere near close he could get with an agent. The agent will give you more bread and get him self-paid too than what you're going to get by yourself.
Exactly.
And we're going to learn that. I'm going to go ahead and say we're going to learn that. Now, but if somebody else goes and gives Lamar this stupid deal, I'm not going to hate you. Get your bread, bro. Get your bread, but they're going to pay for that, bro, because there's going to come time halfway through the season he ain't got nobody to throw the ball to.
Exactly. Or he gets hurt again.
At least if you get hurt, you got your money. But that's the Ravens argument, man. Like these injuries, dude. And in 2020, it wasn't injuries. He got COVID twice, I believe. The man's younger than me, and I've never caught COVID. I don't know what you're an athlete. You should have a better immune system than me. I don't know. It's crazy, and I mean everything I say from a good place, but I just said that the past 25 months of frustration I've had with this situation. I'm actually so glad we're at the cusp of it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be over soon. It's gotta be.
And then you look, the New York Giants. I don't mind transitioning into them. I feel what Daniel Jones got's very fair. He $40 million a year, and he wanted $45 million. I kind of chuckled it. Even Giants fans chuckled.
Yeah.
But you got close to it, buddy.
Take
that and run with it. But he had 15 passing touchdowns last year with Dayball, and Dayball made him better. So if that's better, with $40 million a year, I need to see a big step up in game.
Say they go out and bring OBJ back in to New York.
I like that. That could be a good fit, dude. They got a lot to think about. I like their defense, but they needed to do something with their defense for Philly and Dallas.
Yeah.
They're what were they? Uh, a tie and 5 losses in that division last year.
Yeah.
I mean, they tied with I was about to say the Redskins. They tied with the Commanders, swept by Dallas, swept by they got times 3 by Philly in counting the playoffs.
Yeah, that's true.
That had to
Got to
suck, man.
figure it out. They got to figure it out. That's yeah.
So does Philly. Philly has like the most free agents, and they have a lot of money to fork up. And on top of that, you get in about another year from now, you're gonna have these problems with Jalen that Ravens have with Lamar.
Yep.
I've been saying the Eagles just go ahead and pay this man because it's gonna be worse if you don't.
Yeah. I mean, look, I would bet that they'll more than likely have a Super Bowl hangover next year, just like the Rams did this year.
Oh yeah, I could definitely see that. I actually like seeing Super Bowl hangovers. I was very glad to see the Rams and the Bengals miss out this year. You knew the Chiefs was going to get back sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
And I felt, even though the Bengals won 3 games in a row, I think it was over the Chiefs, I still felt that playoff game was an anomaly. Like, I don't know, maybe the NFL really didn't want Patrick losing that Super Bowl. It was obvious the Rams was getting that, dog. They
Yeah.
was just that team all year long, and now look at them. They ain't nothing. They ain't got no draft cap. They gonna struggle at least 5 years.
Oh
At
yeah.
least.
I'd like to. I thought Baker did good there. I'd like to see him stay there and be successful. I don't mind Baker Mayfield.
And he looked good without Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
Let him get a weapon or two back that was injured. I think that could be good things. The NBA, I know you're a LeBron fan. He's kind of hurt, but the Lakers are starting to be on the winning side of things. Do you think they can make the play in time for LeBron James to return? Maybe make a playoff push.
I hope so. I hope so. I haven't really been watching, and honestly, I haven't watched a game in 3 years besides the game that LeBron broke the scoring record.
Yeah, LeBron he's an
I've
anomaly.
been hitting, focusing on football and wrestling.
I'll say it's so random. How big of a LeBron's an anomaly, obviously. So Deshaun Watson's contract's an anomaly. Anybody that thinks that contract is an anomaly and thinks that should be a every player thing, well, maybe everybody should be LeBron James too.
Yeah,
It's easier said than done.
exactly.
I know that's random sports, nothing really correlated there, but
Yeah.
you get what the point I was trying to make. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, and the day that they down signed and paid him all that money, I said it's the Browns, dude.
The Browns are going to be the Browns.
If Samara's in this lobby, I'm sorry. I always hate on your damn Browns, but I respect a little fan like her though.
I hate them too.
That girl, that's one fan I won't hate on about the Browns because I know bandwagon Brown fans, bro. How can you be that? If you're a real Browns fan, you're gonna get some remorse, or oh man, you've been through it. Your team sucks your whole life.
Yeah.
But how you gonna bandwagon a Brown? You know what I mean? Like, I've even met people that want the Browns to win. Like, bro, I would never admit that, but I wouldn't be mad if they won. But I'm not gonna be a guy that's chilling in the background, like, yeah, I'm pulling for the Browns because they lose. And if I'm pulling for anybody like that, it'd be Detroit.
Yeah, I could get behind the line. Yeah, MCDC is cool.
I think they might have a chance at winning their division this year, a big chance.
I could see that.
They just got to get that defense from 32nd to at least like 16.
Yeah.
Their offense for, I want to say, at least 3/4 of the year was number one.
Yeah.
They could run the ball, they could pass the ball. They had really good formations. I mean, St. Brown was a very, very good receiver. Geez, dude, they had playmakers everywhere.
Yeah. Hutchinson, Aiden coming in from Michigan.
Yeah.
That was I watched a little bit of their Hard Knocks, but then I fell off and didn't
Dude, they
watch.
picked up from the Vikings, wasn't it? That was him, wasn't it? or there was somebody.
Or no, Hawkinson, the tight
Yeah,
end, they traded to the Vikings, but
they
Hutchinson,
did trade
the
him. He was
line,
good for a minute, and then got really good in Minnesota.
yeah,
I don't know. Minnesota to me, I can't take them seriously. I don't care what they do, and that's my dad's team, dog. But I mean, honestly, the Vikings to me, they find a way every year to mess something up,
yeah, not yep,
no
they
matter what.
do.
And I called the whole thing because 11-0 in one score games. Uh,
Yeah,
the point differential was the math for me because you might be 14-3 or 13-4, whatever it was, but you were outscored more than you scored.
exactly, and yeah,
That don't, that
that's
don't make sense.
not going to win playoff games.
I swear I was beating the desk about that, and nobody was acknowledging it. And then when the game was over, I'm like, yeah, I told y'all. It wasn't that the Giants were that good. It was just the Vikings' track record was that bad.
Yeah,
And I felt the Vikings as a team did play better. They had good coaching. But, man, when they ran into them Eagles, though, that was just a different beast.
yeah,
Hockey, I haven't followed it as close this year, man. I've been catching highlights, but I haven't watched a full game but like 5 times this year. But I
yeah,
will not be missing the playoffs. You can believe
yeah.
that.
I and back in 2016 to 2018, I was hockey, 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 hockey. Penn State. I went to Penn State hockey games. I went to like 20 games in a year or in between 2 years. And then the last time I really paid attention to it was the year the Caps won the cup, whenever they beat the Penguins. And then after that, I just kind of fell off of it. I mean, I watch here and there. I watch the playoffs when I can, but
Yeah. I try to always catch that. And the Winter Classic's a favorite of mine. I try to
yep,
never miss that. I record that thing if I have
yep,
to every year.
yep,
I love hockey. It's hard, especially with some of the time of some of these games, man. It's
yeah.
hard to
And they're
really invest your time
now
into it.
with their broadcasting deals, they're on some games are on ESPN Plus, but also it if they're blacked out, then they're not on ESPN Plus. And then if they're blacked out on there, then they're not on TV, then you're just out of luck and you can't watch.
I'm gonna show you on screen. I'm messing with you. I have a feeling I know who this is. It's JT. I'm gonna just say initials. I'm putting this on the screen because I don't know how many times I tell y'all how where you can have your picture and your name here. It's probably deep into the files on my wall somewhere, but you can go to my wall. Well, I'll refresh it at the top later today. But you set yourself up on this thing, and it just links your Facebook, and you're not just Facebook user anymore. It looks like somebody that's got me blocked, but I know that's not the case. But hate to pull you and show you off like that, but I want you guys, if you want to be noticed, like Matt. I know Matt. That's who I replied and talked to earlier. I can't say he followed instructions because maybe he's already been set up, but Matt knows the deal. So, and Matt shouted you out, Nick. He said, Nick. Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I don't doubt you see the comment since it's the way it is. I called that, John. I called that shit, bro. And your Falcons, man. I don't really know. I'm kind of in the same spot, man. I need to see what moves you guys made. The division's wide open still, even with Derek Carr going to New Orleans, because now the Saints are over the cap. They're gonna have to move some pieces. You know what I'm saying? I don't hate on anybody in the NFC South. At this moment, I don't have a favorite. I don't. I
Yeah,
really don't know.
it's
What,
up for
what do you think about the Falcons?
I thought I mean Mariota, he had a chance to be a guy for a team and he blew it and that's really it. I mean, I know when the Steelers they beat them last year in Atlanta and then I think it was then 2 years ago when they lost to them in Atlanta because Juju missed that or dropped the one ball, whatever. But anytime they play the Falcons, the Steelers play down to their level, no
I've
matter
noticed
when
that.
they
That's
play them, and that it frustrates me. So I don't know. I don't hate the Falcons, but I don't love the Falcons either. So
I think that I feel you. That's Ravens and the Browns every game. I don't know what it is, dude. I just do not understand. It could put on the worst team on. You could have all-time Ravens come out here and just want to kick field goals, maybe miss a couple.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
every time. The Browns used to give me a headache. There was a period of time I wouldn't even want to watch the game versus the Browns because I would get migraines, win or lose, like the entire game. It just pounding headache. And I would watch a game where we get blowout the whole time. Doesn't hurt my head, or a game that's tooth and nail lose. It don't bother me. It's something about that style of Ravens and Browns. I'm not really a fan of it. And it gets ugly, like real ugly. There was a game I watched that ended 12-9. It was Joe Flacco dueling with, I don't even know who. It might have been Johnny Manziel, and it was one of the ugliest football games I ever seen.
Yeah.
And I had the worst. It was one of Flacco's last games too. And man, it was just hard to watch tough football like that, bro. It ain't good football. It's bad decision making.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference between bad football things happen, turnovers happen, or just flat out bad decisions. And that was a string of that. I couldn't stand it.
Yeah, I can't say too much about not wanting to watch Steelers Browns because for 18 years Ben was
Dominate.
he was their daddy. He was the Browns' daddy.
I look forward to our games every time, and
Oh yeah,
Bengals too, to an extent. For a while there, I kind of look forward to. Bengals are always good in a tough out in the regular season, and
Yeah.
until they got Joe Burrow, there was nothing about playoffs with them and relevant. I don't know. They're gonna have to start thinking about paying dudes, bro. And I'm glad this Heat's gonna get off my team and go to these other places. But it was funny. My cousin had the comment I showed. I mentioned to him and say, Arthur Blank could cut Lamar a check, which he could have, but what messed him up is like owners was probably banking on us trying to go exclusive.
Yeah.
When little do they know the other owners and teams are playing checkers. The Ravens and DaCosta and Steve Biscotti, they're playing chess. They give the man the non-exclusive $32 million. You go figure out your worth.
Yeah.
They messed everybody up with that.
Yeah.
I called it. I called it. Me and my friend Keisha. I know she supports this. I don't know if she's gonna watch now or later, but I have to shout her out because she's been on the same thing.
Yeah. Leading up into till yesterday at 4. I was at work, so I wasn't able to see anything right away. But the second I open up Facebook, I'm just scrolling. I'm seeing you posting it, Ian Rappaport posting it, everyone. And
I think Ian was the first one.
Yeah. And then even up until then, I was seeing you saying the same thing.
I think I got my post from him. If it wasn't sourced straight from him, whoever posted it sourced him.
Yeah.
Ian's on his shit when he wants to be.
Yeah.
I love Rap Sheet, bro. I kind of like him. I don't even remember other dude's name right now, and I feel bad. On ESPN a lot. Ian Rappaport and
Is it Schrader?
no, that he's on Good Morning Football.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He be on this guy sometimes is on Pat McAfee's show. I'll tell you, and I feel dumb because I know this guy in and out. I follow him.
I probably know it too. I just can't think of it.
Adam Schefter.
Okay, yeah.
Man, I feel stupid, but yeah,
I can't ever remember his name. So
he's got a lot of inaccuracy. I'll say this: if he shared that news first yesterday, I'd have to wait till it was legit.
Yeah, till you hear from.
I've jumped on stuff from him before, and it's just not true.
That's like me with when I hear stuff or see stuff on Twitter. If it's not from Sean Ross at Fightful,
wrestling,
I'm not buying it.
He's legit, man. I got my Twitter set back up, but I haven't edited my profile. It's still looking 2010-ish. But I am back on Twitter. Everything's different now on there, and I do like it. Need to get more news and things rolling, try to grow on there a little,
Yeah, you can also they have lives on there now. It's called the Spaces, but you can send this out to Twitter as well.
That's it.
And you can just go on to Twitter and have a space, and you can it's just audio. You can just talk on there.
I'll say
And
we've
other
had
people can
the
join.
whole time. We've had one solid watcher the whole time. I don't know if that's Matt, my cousin, or somebody completely else, because we've jumped up and we've been back down to 0, 2, up to 4, 5. But the whole time, like the past while, it's sat here on this one. There's somebody in ESN. Speak up, man. If you ain't the people I mentioned, if you got a question, ask. They call me Mystic for nothing. I called my cousin's comment. Is this Jeremy that's watching right now? I mean, I'm good at what I do, but I feel if it was Jeremy, he'd have something to say. He's very, very interactive on these streams, and man, there was something very good I wanted to. Oh yeah, Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis press conference today.
Yep.
And April 9th, I believe. This is off head. I think April 9th is when they box. But that could be a day, give or take a day. That's off head. I don't have it beside me, but that's
I think it was later in April, I want to say.
I can find out cheating. I try to not use the phone, but hey, and you might be right. Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia. But to me, man, these are it's kind of sad one of these guys got to lose. That's how I feel about it. When's this fight date?
I want to say I thought it was April 22nd.
Yeah, you could be right. I'm about to have it right now. You're right. April 22nd. Sad we got, that comes out the day after Dead Island 2.
Oh.
Weekend of spending money, man. That's how
that's on DAZN. So I think I might have to keep my DAZN membership rolling.
That's one. I don't tell many people to spend money in boxing. Like if they paid me to tell people that, I would.
Yeah.
But from a real sports, it's a dying sport to me, and I'm not pointing that at anybody because it's been dying since I was a kid.
Yeah.
But this right here, I don't miss it. This right here, to me, like I said, I hate to see either one of them lose, bro. I don't want to see any of them's momentum. I'd like to see them beat the shit out of each other and it go to a split decision that's arguable.
Yeah.
If you want my opinion, I don't want to see any stock loss from either man because I'm a bigger Tank fan because he's from my hometown. But I love King Garcia. Like, don't let it fool you. I'm a big fan of his, and he's nasty. He's scary. He's got some nasty.
I've never really watched anything like that. Never watched the Garcia fight. Never. Just only reason I know Ryan Garcia is because he was in a couple of Jake's vlogs where he did the body shot thing with Jake, and then he's like I said, he's back Jake since he started. So I'm a Garcia guy.
Thing. Him. I think them two could help each other with promotions. Jake could really help him get noticed more because the boxers don't really get noticed as well anymore these days, man.
And that's why, like, with Jake having his promotion and being a promoter as well as a fighter, he's doing that for Amanda Serrano right now.
Yeah, I do like what he's doing for her a lot. She's a good
Ashton H2O Silva. He's like 19, I think, and he's already 9-0, all knockouts. And he was going to sign with Floyd and Mayweather Promotions, and then he was like, "No, you know what? I'll go with Jake."
I like that. That's good, man. Building up his track record. There's more to it than just getting in a ring and boxing. And I will say I give Jake my respect in that regard. He's a good marketer, good businessman, advertiser, things that I'm working on now. So I can't hate on him in that field. He's doing his thing, dude. I mean, only up from here as long as he keeps his plate clean and stays out of the bullshit. That's all you can ask of a man. I enjoyed those 2 prime drinks I tried. I don't know who it was. Somebody told me it might have been you. I figured I had a feeling you'd be drinking one. Somebody told me Maida tasted like bubble gum. It didn't to me, but I don't know where to point the flavor to. But it wasn't bad.
So Metamoon, I said like a cotton candy, but it's pomegranate. But I had more of a cotton candy.
Honestly, that might have been why I vibe with it because before I opened it, I'm like bubble gum. I had to kind of force myself on it, but I do like pomegranate. Cotton candy ain't bad, but I kind of get that cotton candy vibe.
Yeah.
Ice pop was good too.
Yeah, this one is like it's like to me it's more the cherry glacier Gatorade than like the ice pop, like a
Yeah,
popsicle. But they released this one on Memorial Day last year, and I thought it was only going to be out for the summer, but then they kept it going. They just finally got them out at Sheetz, which is a big gas station up in PA, down to West Virginia, that area.
yeah, I
But
love Sheetz. I've been there.
they
That is
finally got them rolling out into gas stations like that. So hopefully soon they're just everywhere. But it's
luckily for me. We got them at our local gas station. He orders all kind of stuff. But the good thing about that guy, I could go up and be like, hey man, I like this product. Can you buy it? It's good about being cool with your local shops and stuff like that. And he's got every flavor I can recall. Well,
how
like I
about
said,
how about the energy? Does he have? Have you
yeah,
tried the energy ones?
I have not, but I did notice. I seen those, and I was about to grab one, but I think I wanted a coffee that day bad. I got me old Starbucks that morning. But yeah, I mean that stuff isn't bad alternatives. I don't do anymore, but when I was out there doing landscaping and stuff, I was drinking like Monsters every day, and I'm done with that.
Yeah,
I'm not putting my body through that no more.
I've never been an energy drink guy, but I tried the Prime Energy, and I thought I had it canned down here, but it's zero sugar,
That's appealing.
200 milligrams or low. I don't might not be zero sugar. It might be still 2 grams, like the
That's tolerable. Two I can work with.
yeah. I think it's zero. I want to say it's 0 or 2, but it's the 200 milligrams of caffeine is what does it, and
Yeah.
I mean, it's way better than Monster.
Monster
I
I
enjoyed it
don't
for
like shit. And then Monster
being
never did anything for me. Red Bull used to. I'll
yeah.
say Red Bull get me going, but none of that trash, man. I don't even want to drink anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
My vice, I like soda, and usually I'll drink my soda a little more than most people. But I did go 10 years. I didn't touch soda.
That's
So
awesome.
who's to say I'm about 30 dogs. So if I want to drink soda, I'm going to drink soda.
Yeah.
But the monsters and stuff always had me feeling shitty.
Yeah.
Uh,
I would drink amps as a kid, and then I just stopped, and then I got into soda, and I love soda.
I'm waiting
So
on these new Mountain Dew flavors for the summer and spring and shit.
I'm ready for Baja Blast to come back.
Yeah. Well, we got that down here year round, bro.
Really?
The thing every time I go to the speedway, chilling.
See,
Yeah,
that's crazy because up here it's summer to beginning of the summer, like maybe May, June to like September. And then other than going to Taco Bell and getting it there, but
y'all have the red one up there too.
Code Red, yep.
No, the red Baja.
No.
They got a red Baja too. They got the normal blue, and then they got that.
Huh.
Now I haven't seen the red in a long time,
Well, that's
but
like when I was in Full Sail visiting down there, and I was at one of the grocery stores, and I found the hard Mountain Dews, and I don't have those up here in PA.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
I've seen them down here. I haven't even tried them yet though. But
I
I
can't get
probably
those. I can't get Happy Dad, which is the seltzer from Nelk. Can't get those.
Jeez, I'll be looking on Amazon. That's my bad habit. I like something I can't find it. I'm quick to get on Amazon, and I hate it. That's bittersweet because I end up the time I get some. Oh, you might like this. You might like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like
Pretty soon you're going to be seeing a lot of Commanders gear on Amazon if Bezos goes and buys the Commanders.
man, I heard this might be something the owners are actually colluding on. I heard they don't want him any part of that.
They
They
wouldn't.
don't. All owners. I heard all these owners don't want that man owning nothing. But at the end of the day, he's got so much money. But they have to vote too.
Yeah.
So I don't see him. I just don't see it, bro. If the NFL owners don't like you, you won't own a team. You see what Dan Snyder's going through. even though he's fighting every claw and nail to hold on to that team until he was forced to sell it. I think what really drew his hand is when they forced him to change the name. That's when he kind of gave up fighting anything else, man.
Yeah.
And when you basically you neutered him, like the man said for 10 years that even on big CNN, big news, I'm not changing the name of this team. And you caved finally, which I understand it, but you neutered the man. That's all he ever had.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him. I probably would have sold before I changed the name, though. I'd be like, look, you want the name changed? We gonna sell this shit, and
Yeah.
you change it. This ain't falling on me. Because my grandma was a Redskins fan. She turned over in her grave. I bet you money. And I bet you money she wouldn't support that shit today either. Because I have a cousin that's a Redskins fan. He don't fuck with them. He's trying to figure out what team he wants now. For years now, he's been trying to figure that out. But I wouldn't. If I was a Redskins fan, I wouldn't support that shit now either.
Yeah.
As bad as it is. And they got talent. They got a good football squad, but if you're a fan of it and then everything happened the way I would not support it.
Yeah, I've been to theirs. I've seen them play one time as a preseason game, and I went. Their stadium is absolutely awful,
bro. I had a ticket. I was looking at it was like $2 seats. Like, bro, $2 basically to get into this stadium. Like, really? That just tells you it ain't worth going to.
Yeah.
And it was like a week. No, it was probably a preseason game, but it's $2. I know. I was looking at Ravens preseason one year. OK seat was like 50. Wasn't no $2.
What's going on with Rodgers? Where do you think Lamar lands?
Who asked that?
Facebook user.
Damn, I don't even see that. Must be somebody that's got me blocked or I got them blocked. So hold on. Repeat the question about Lamar.
Well, the first one it said what's going on with Rodgers and where do you think Lamar lands?
Oh, Rodgers is playing hardball, man. Be honest, if he landed at the Jets, I wouldn't be surprised because they do have the money to make that happen. Or if his little spoiled rotten behind stays his tail right in Green Bay, I wouldn't be surprised either. But those are really the only two spots I see logical at this point. I can't link him to like a Raiders team.
What about Vegas?
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't link him to the Raiders.
Go back to the West Coast for him.
He would love to go to them 49ers, but that's been figured out. Lamar Jackson, I don't know where I feel safe saying he's gonna go, but I feel better today than I did. How I said on the last pod, 70% chance, 60 or 70% chance he stays, 30% he goes. I'm more like 60-40 now. I feel there's a very good chance his ass ain't going anywhere because he might not go get what he's thinking. And like I said earlier in the podcast with Nick, he might get lowball, come right back to the desk with Eric, and Eric might give you less than initially offered. And you can't hate on it because that's business. That's how this shit works. But we appreciate your comment. I don't know who it come from, but y'all need to get your StreamYard stuff straight, man, because I like to know who. If you want us to interact and try to be the best we can, we like to know who it is. And also, it kind of keeps the trolls out because a lot of trolls are that Facebook users. So
yeah,
I try to keep that BS away from me, man. I'm not a fan of that stuff. I haven't even said, but at the bottom of the banner, y'all want to donate, feel free. Everything will be going back into this, continuing these live streams because, as Nick could tell you, doing them like this is not free. I would be working to build a studio. I mean, obviously, I'm going to keep these live streams coming as long as I got the money to do it, but donations don't hurt, and that really shows appreciation of the content. But yeah, no pressure, of course, but I just figured I'd shoot that out there.
I think Lamar not going with an agency will hurt his pockets in the long run. Another comment.
Absolutely. I cannot tell you how long I've been on that talk, bro. Don't block me. Oh, why would I block you for that? Be real.
See, now I don't. Oh, okay. I see that one now. Yeah.
Like, really, bro? If you really know me and follow me, you know I've been saying for a year now he needs an agent. Why? So what would make? Why would I block you? I don't understand some logic here. I have a feeling I know who this is. This is Gary.
Yep.
Gary, I'm pretty sure messages got around to why I do have Gary blocked on Facebook. Yeah, but you'll make parole. But I need you to stop crying on my post so much. I don't care what you say, what you think, your opinion. We can agree this, but bro, that month there about them Chiefs every week in the playoffs.
Poor Gary.
Oh man,
Another Facebook user. Poor Gary.
poor Gary.
That's me with Dave.
You can ask anybody I know. I've always rocked with you, bro. I've always rocked with you, but got to ease up, man. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want the Chiefs or the Eagles. That ain't who I wanted there. But they weren't gonna. I wasn't gonna let it ruin my day. You know.
The writers did.
Yeah, that's just how the script came, man. Be mad at the script, bro. Don't be mad at the Chiefs or
Don't take it out with creative NFL.
Yeah, Roger Goodell.
Yeah,
take it right to the man. But yeah, I hate that Facebook user crap. Damn, somebody asked about John Jones. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to make that public, but yeah, somebody asked about John Jones. Well, what about him? He's the GOAT. I mean, I figured he was going to win. GSP was my GOAT for about 10, 12 years until what John Jones just did that easily. But obviously, John Jones was always in that mix for me. I remember watching his debut in like 2008. And what I seen then is the same thing I'm seeing 15 years later. He's the fucking best. His whole family's athletes. You got Super Bowl champion brothers, Chandler and Arthur. And the thing is, John Jones is the fighter of the family, but John Jones says Arthur and Chandler used to beat him up.
Wow.
That's just normal sibling shit.
Yeah.
That just shows you he might be the best fighter on the planet on TV and pay-per-view, but behind closed doors, you just a Jones brother to him. You ain't nothing special. And I'm sure even though they're older and they all special now.
Yeah.
But back then he probably looked at his football brothers the same way. Y'all ain't shit. Y'all just play football. But it's interesting somebody brought up John Jones. Leading up into that, a lot of people bring up a lot of negative stuff with John. His personal life stuff I don't want to get into. I love John as a fighter. He has a track record of kind of being a shitty person, but the past 3 to 5 years, I feel he's matured and grown up. But, I mean, also, people talk about steroids. One thing I want to make very clear is there's people that have pissed hot for the same stuff that John Jones pisses hot for. They don't fight like John Jones. And I'm not telling you that steroids ain't good because they're excellent for recovery. But you can't just go shoot these steroids and lift some weights and think you're going to go and fight like John Jones.
Liver King.
Yeah. And Daniel, dude, Daniel's, Jesus, man. My cousin Daniel's big. I don't know if you see that comment. My other cousin's bringing him up. Yeah, dude, I was telling him, maybe do an MMA body lifting tips type whatever podcast. I remember when I was in my prime of working out and Daniel was just getting into it. I knew even at that time, like Daniel stick to this. I already know he's gonna be special.
Yeah.
And this man's been working out so damn hard. It's like, man, it's like he's only getting started because them goals he keeps smashing and they keep getting higher.
Yep.
I'm stuck doing workouts at home right now. I've been going through a situation. I'm gonna have me a new ride hopefully this summer, and I'll be able to get to a gym more easier that way. But I'm stuck with dumbbells and free weights at home, which I've lost like 50 pounds that way.
That's
but
awesome.
I'm not doing what I like to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I weighed like 350 a year or two ago, bro. And I haven't changed any eating habits at all. I'm just doing a little something now.
Yeah.
And I'm down to like 280. So
I was 245 when I graduated, and I'm 289.
Bro, when I graduated, I was about 180. Lean as fuck. And then I jumped up. The highest I ever got was 363. That was Memorial Day in 2019.
Wow.
And I remember that day. I weighed myself after a big grill out of food too now. But yeah, I weighed 363. I was like, sweet Jesus. I was like, I need to go outside and just sweat. Do something if I ain't working out. And that's the thing I tell people too, just doing something, helps, even if you don't change your eating habits right away.
Yeah.
Doing a
It's like
little something.
I started at my job in July, and I was dropping weight like crazy because I'm in a warehouse and there's no AC. Whatever it is outside is what it
Yeah.
is inside, and I'm walking around all day. I was taking like 10 to 15,000 steps easily in 8 hours, and now I'm working 10. So like I just dropped the weight, whatever. But yeah, it's insane.
It really is. So we've had somebody's been watching solid though. I don't know who. I like y'all to make your names known, man. I figured, I guess maybe that wasn't Gary a second ago,
I
but
think I think he said someone said yep.
yeah.
As soon as you said, "Is this Gary?" They said yep.
Then right under it, it says poor Gary. So I don't know if that came from my cousin, all of that, or I don't know. But I said, hey, I don't have no hate with Gary, but I don't like opening up crying on every opinion I have that's bias free. It's
Yeah,
like nothing about my Super Bowl prediction had any love or bias in it. I just felt the Chiefs were the better team.
yeah,
I said it would end in 30 plus for both teams too, and that was just an honest assessment, man. And for people to be crying and last thing I read, the whole offseason is ruined for Gary now. So I didn't kick him out the group, man.
yeah,
I don't want it on my wall. And people know I'm quick to get funky with the block button, man. I'll say there's people that go around. I have a friend. I'm not going to mention names, but she deleted me. Why? So 6 months later, come by, I get a message. You deleted me. I didn't reply. The message is still marked as unread to this day. And she sent me a friend request. I added her back. I like the girl. But no, the point is, I don't unfriend people. I block them. If I feel I got to unfriend you, you done something already I don't really like,
yeah,
and I don't want nothing to do with you. So I'm gonna block you. I don't want to see you.
yeah,
I don't unfriend people, man. Like if I unfriend you and then my profile's public, you can just come right back to me.
yeah,
So but me unfriending you does nothing for me. So anybody that ever says Keenan unfriended me, no, if you're blocked, I did that.
yeah,
But if you're unfriended, no, I don't unfriend people. I don't do that. It's
yeah. I
petty.
don't. I I don't. I didn't really use Facebook all that much until the last couple years. Whenever I started getting into posting in the group, whatever. But I mean, other than that, like Twitter, if it's I've gotten blocked too many times to even count on Twitter just for liking a tweet above their reply. And I'm like, why? Like soft.
I'm
Stop being
telling
soft.
you, dude, Twitter is a new beast than when I had it. Jeff Rice, I appreciate you, brother. I know you probably either working or gaming right now. I don't probably something along those lines. But I appreciate you, man. I hope you're doing good too. Uh, yeah, some of y'all need to be like these other people. I'm gonna star the people that have names with their comments because everybody else needs to be like them. It's a 2-second process, bro. Hell, I did this for Ontario before I even had StreamYard. I went in there and got my shit set up to where when he went live, he know it's me. And now now I'm doing this whole thing on here. Just finished the surgeries for today. You mean like that is for a patient or like for yourself, bro? But nonetheless, wish the best with recovery for the patients or for you. Or I know that it's doing that kind of work ain't easy. I couldn't work in a hospital. I couldn't really work at a vet office either.
I can't even watch TV shows about. I can't watch Chicago Med. I watch Chicago Fire and PD, but I don't watch Chicago Med.
I ain't got no interest in that life, but I'm thankful for what they do, and they are underpaid. These people deserve $1 million contracts. People that are saving lives, they don't deserve to struggle. I know people that are like registered nurse, doctors, people that struggle just to get to the job, every day for payday. And if you're saving people's lives, that shouldn't even be a thing. Because there's so much at work, like Jesus, bro. They don't ever half of them ain't got a life, so at least let them be compensated for it. That is their life, I should say. Is better than us. A normal animal med. I'll say some you talking about animal meds. I used to take right at the feeding grain, daggone penicillin, amoxicillin, fish mox. And my dogs did too. Like if you got any kind of infections or anything, it was like 30 or 40 bucks for a good sized jar of it. But you go to the doctor, you're gonna pay $50 to sit down and be talked to. Then you're gonna pay $50 for that amoxicillin.
Yeah.
And they're probably gonna have to pay another fee in there somewhere. I mean, I'm not gonna say fuck human meds like that per se. But I don't know, some products, some medications I'm not a fan of. But if they're gonna better and save my life, I'm with it. But stuff that's about addiction, no, I'm not for it. But this really ain't. That's just not really a platform for all that, bro.
Yeah.
I got pharmacists in my family and shit, so I'm not gonna hate on what they do. But me personally, I don't use drugs. Like I haven't even been prescribed anything in a long time. I mean, outside of me going and getting my own amoxicillin or something.
Yeah.
I used to use that I get bad ingrown hairs and shit, bro. Like, and that would help with that.
I'm allergic to amoxicillin.
Man, my grandma was like that, or it might have been penicillin. There's so many different things, dude. It's just
I don't even know what I took it for one time or why I would have had it, but I woke up in hives. It was insane. From ever since then, never touched it, never taken it, never taken really anything besides like if I have a migraine, I'll take Excedrin migraine or whatever.
Yeah.
Or Advil, stuff like that. But even then, I don't even like to take it. I just wait.
The same way. Excedrin migraine works good, and I'm like you. I'd rather not take it, but man, I got in trouble. I brought one to school one day and had my daggone my teacher, or I had to take it to the nurse's office. That bitch threw it away. She was like, "This ain't accepted here at Whittemore Park Middle School. If anybody that associates themselves with that, I'm owed a bottle of Excedrin from 2007." But yeah, they threw it away and wouldn't even. Most of the time, I'm gonna call your mama and tell her this and that when you bad. I'm gonna call my mom and explain why you threw my medicine away.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of that because I used to take they offered like Tylenol and it didn't work, bro.
Right.
And when I was growing up, I had the most powerful migraines you could ever have. Now I haven't had a migraine in 5 years, but growing up every day at the same time, and that was the only thing that helped. But on to sports, we got a question.
I was just gonna say,
I'll put you on the screen. I'd like to know who asked this. So, no, we do not believe that at all. But it goes in negotiating, man. The Ravens, I don't feel the New York Giants got shafted here. You know what I'm saying? But
if they think they got their guy, then they think they got their guy.
Exactly. So. And they even got a deal considering, he wanted $45 million a year. So getting him at 40 million, 4 years, 160 million, I believe the numbers was. That's a fair deal. They tagged Saquon, which honestly isn't a bad idea because as badass and awesome as Saquon is, his shelf life is much shorter. So I don't fault the New York Giants for what they did. Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, that is weird. That was Matt that asked that. Yeah, I guess sometimes this app's funky, dude. I mean, and I got a private chat message. Yeah. I see what you're saying there. But Daniel Jones got the bag, man.
I hope Saquon gets one next.
I think he will, and whether it's with the Giants or not, I think he will. And I think he's got 2, maybe 3 good years left. Like at the production you expect with him, but if he's got to stay healthy.
Yeah,
Dang, Matt should have been backwards. That's a hard sell for me because the shelf life, like I said, that's a hard sell. But the talent, either way, the Giants were pressed, man, and no matter what they did, somebody, they would have felt it wasn't the right thing to do. And I know some Giants fans of the team I've been talking with, they ain't too happy. I
Well,
don't know how Morgan feels per se. He's kind of, but I know Stephen Bolton messaged me. I know he ain't happy.
yeah, I only one Giants fan I talked to. Whenever I sent him one of the graphics saying Daniel Jones wanted 45, he just laughed and said, "Is he high?" Like, and then that was it. That was it.
It's absurd, but I also get the player's stance. Like, you want to be ahead of the curve because the cap's going up, and
Yeah.
then you got Burrow and Herbert. God knows one of them might want 60 million a year. I don't know what to expect, dude. This ain't gonna stop. It's just not gonna stop until the NFL like puts a cap on that shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like, says quarterbacks can only be this X percentage of the cap because that's what it's gonna take. Hey, I agree, Matt. I agree 100%. The Giants, they are nothing without Saquon offensively at all. And
I
DJ's,
wish he would have never gotten hurt, man.
yeah, me, I hate
Penn,
that.
Penn
His
State
best,
Saquon. Oh, I saw him play so many times. I was at the first game again. It was a game against Indiana, and uh, whenever they showed they wore their throwbacks. They put the white stripe back on the sleeve. They
mhm.
had the different like uh design on here, and they did the numbers on the helmets and everything like that. We were walking into the stadium, and Saquon returned the opening kick for a touchdown. And it's just
He's
every single
phenomenal.
time he would touch that ball, and it was electric. And I just
He's phenomenal.
couldn't.
He's extremely phenomenal. And I feel though, like we were saying, the Giants offensively would have been nothing. But also, what if Daniel Jones had a couple decent weapons to throw to too? So I'm interested to see if they can get this year they play together and maybe get him a weapon in another year under Dayball. They can do some good stuff, but like you were saying, Saquon is that team because we're bragging about the best year Daniel Jones ever had, and he threw 15 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's not good, even though for him this year it was, but for if we're looking at average stats and accomplishment, that's not a good season.
No.
They
Derek
balled him
hot
around, but
take. Derrick Henry to Buffalo.
can they afford him? I mean, they paid it. They got a lot of guys paid out, man. But Derrick Henry, I love Derrick Henry. I loved him at Alabama. I don't like the Titans, but I liked him in Tennessee. I feel he's closer to the end than the beginning, and I think if he needs to go to a contender,
Yeah.
honestly, he really does at this point in his career because the better years are behind him. But at Buffalo, that'd be nasty. But Buffalo's got to fix their defense as well. But I think Von Miller coming back will be a big part of that.
Yeah, if it was at the end guaranteed a championship, he may have yeah.
But will it ever be as guaranteed by Vegas and as a lock and a favorite as big as Buffalo was this past offseason? Because things are changing. The caps change. People they're gonna have to start paying more money out to people. It's not gonna be as easy for the Bills to be favored like they've been, in my opinion.
Yeah, Von Miller being a question mark on there. If they can go and get OBJ, if they don't want to get OBJ,
Where's
Diggs,
they got all this money at?
yeah,
You see Buffalo talking about number 4 wide receiver. Ravens need a wide receiver 1, bro. Like, where y'all got all this daggone money? Because somebody's playing with me. Because look at the Rams Super Bowl run. I don't know who and where that money come from, bro. But like we said before the pod, they're paying for that for probably 5 years.
yeah. No draft picks.
It's got to feel like hell playing there right now if you weren't a part of that ring. Imagine getting drafted there. I
You
wouldn't
can't.
want
They don't have any draft picks.
or signed there, I should say. I would not be happy. Because with that's how the Rams are, bro. They explode onto the scene, have this amazing offense, they win a ring, then they go 20 years and do nothing.
Yep. I said on week one, I said the Rams are going to try to avoid a Super Bowl hangover. Week 2, the Rams did not avoid the Super Bowl hangover.
Man, I remember the Bills put that on them week 1, man. I still can envision that 21-point blowout. Rams, they stayed on a jet. So I think if y'all have, like I said, if y'all have anything I want to add, feel free. I'm trying to see if while we're on here, anything crazy updates have happened really fast. I see people. I freshen my feed and see stuff I don't want to see. Seen a dude holding a bag of money in one picture, and the next picture, a bag of weed. You just asking to get robbed. I tell people all the time, even homeless people, like, you ain't got $1? No, I got plastic, big dog. And I ain't getting no dollar off no plastic. You want $1 drink? You hungry? I can do that.
Yeah, pretty soon they'll start being like, "Oh, I take Cash App." Like,
oh God, it's already started. It's down here in Myrtle Beach. Man, you better off telling them you just broke. I'll say while I'm looking at this, there was a guy at one of these bridges in Myrtle Beach, man. He's got Yeezys, like you know how expensive them shoes was.
yeah.
And I've watched him counting money riding by him going to work. Like, and when we went by, he put the money up. But like the dude, that's his job, bro. He's sitting out there with a beard cleaner than mine, for one. A shirt that ain't even ripped up. You wearing Yeezys, but you asking me for $1?
Yeah.
Nah, I gotta go out here and work in this sun and make $1. No. I was gonna say, what do you think? I've been on ahead of the game about that Stetson Benton talk. Bennett, everybody is starting to finally come around on that now. And I've been saying whether Lamar stays or goes, why would you not draft him when we have his old coach?
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense.
I think, even if we got Lamar and he still plays, you put Stetson on the bench, let him learn. We had a question or something. Dawson Knox, Isaiah McKenzie, trade all that for Derrick Henry. Man, Dawson Knox, I can kind of see he kind of fell off the mat with me a little bit, man. And he was a couple years ago, he was like a touchdown machine. And I don't know. Isaiah McKenzie, I liked him a lot too. But man, trading them two, a second round and a fourth for Derrick Henry, I don't know. That's a lot of capital right there. I mean, if you can get another like 1,500 yard year out of Derrick, maybe. Because I will say that's a deficiency the Bills have is running the rock. Because in that playoff game versus the Bengals, there was no run game at all.
No.
It's more than just that, though. That the Bills have a lot to worry about. If Rodgers goes to the Jets, I'm willing to probably say the Jets will probably be the favorite to win that division.
That would be sick, though, to see Josh Allen and Aaron Rodgers twice a year.
Man, if the Patriots can get right, too. Oh, yeah, we were talking about the Raiders earlier. I know it's so random. We were linking guys. I read from somebody, I think it was Diana Russini. She linked Jimmy G to the Raiders.
I can see that.
But the thing is, if he ain't got the talent around him, that's gonna make him look bad. Because Jimmy's that kind of guy. He's like he ain't a lead role. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy G, he does the bare minimum, but is excellent at that. And man, going from being babied at the 49ers, sitting there, you can pay your taxes, call your doctor, and then pass the ball.
Yeah.
Man, he ain't gonna have that luxury in Vegas.
Might not have it anywhere he goes.
Never.
So you think do you think they'll go with Brock Purdy or Trey Lance, Brock Purdy, Trey Lance?
I think they'll go with Brock Purdy, but I hate it
until he messes up. Until he messes up.
Yeah, but look at how much it costs them 3 first-round picks to get Trey Lance.
Yeah.
And they're not going to get anything near that back if they were to deal him somewhere else.
Yeah.
So it's like, Man, their hands are tied. I like Purdy, and he's got a lot of promise, man. He reminds me like a young Peyton Manning back there. But then again, it's crazy to even say that because look at the team around him. So
Yeah.
is it the team
Well,
or
whenever he started getting hype, I'm like, how long until he has one bad game and everyone's like, okay, he's just Mr. Irrelevant again? And how long before everyone flips on him?
yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? Because they could go with Trey Lance and then he could just never see the field again.
sadly, I'd be voicing the trade. Yeah,
Steelers,
who said that?
whoever that,
You got to tell me who it is.
yeah,
That's what we need, man. Whether no matter if you loving or hating his teams or mine, or we need to know who you are. That makes it that much better. Oh yeah, we didn't even touch on the fantastic match of MJF and Bryan Danielson. Banger.
insane.
William Roberts. You Matt's friend, ain't it? You the Cowboys fan. I beat you to the comment. I called that though. I knew it. Yeah, and hey man, we trying to get this baseball fantasy rolling. We got at least 2-3 weeks to get people. Nick, you want in on that, bro? This is my first baseball fantasy, so
Yeah, I'll do it. I've never done it. Always wanted to, just never was able to do it. But
after the pod today, I'll
Cowboys,
send
okay.
you the link.
All right. I'm not butthurt anymore. Coming from a Cowboys fan, I'm all right.
Yeah, he's all love. That's Matt's buddy, man. So he's just be happy he's here supporting us, you know. Because there's people that's probably seen us live and like, yeah, I'm not gonna go watch that. And it don't hurt my feelings because like I told you before the pod, you know the kind of people that's watching me right now.
Yeah.
I'm excited, man. Me and you get the sky's the limit, dude. But opportunities out here.
Absolutely.
Got to keep this stuff coming and working and pushing. And sometimes it's hard. I know, man. There's days I don't want to do a damn thing. But
The MJF thing. Did you see what happened? It was like 5 minutes into the match. When he threw the drink on the kid.
oh man, that's so MJF, man.
And
Anything he does.
after at the media scrum, I watched it and they asked him, and his response was, they said, what was going through your mind when you threw the drink on the kid? He said, without missing a beat, the kid looked thirsty. Next question. And it's like you have to, because at first I didn't even see it, but I saw on Twitter it was popping up in the video, whatever. And they said, two big wrestling YouTubers, whatever, they were going back and forth saying, it's MJF. You're sitting there, you know MJF, if he comes in he's going to do something like that. No need to get hurt about it. No need to cry about it. Because the kid started crying.
Bro, old school fans would have been cheering.
And then, of course, the
I
mom
was
was
a kid, been happy.
the mom was upset. I guess it was tequila. It ended up being tequila.
I guess I can on a kid. I get it, but dang, why are you so close to MJF? It's just stick, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was funny. The video I saw was funny, and then just that whole thing. The match was absolutely insane, though. And then, of course, him at the media scrum after, perfect.
Yeah, you can't ask for a hotter character. Like, I don't mean that in a weird way, but like somebody that's trending better than he is in AEW right now.
You can't.
The sky's the limit. And I'd hate to see him stripped away from AEW, but God, I would love him in WWE.
Oh, I mean, there's reports saying that he's told talent that he can't wait to be there in 2024. I don't know if that's just him. I don't know if that's just him selling it or playing both sides, like you were saying before. But yeah.
Playing both sides is smart because that's negotiating money, bro. That's how you negotiate money, man. Lamar, Lamar should have went talking to another team when the season ended for him, and then be like, "Yo, I got kind of leverage here." I don't know, man.
I saw a couple things on Twitter. He was liking a picture of him in a Dolphins jersey and this and that, and
Carolina Panthers too.
Yep. Yeah. MJF though, and that the day, I don't know what's next for him. I don't know if
I kind of want to watch the match again. It was that good.
Wardlow
feeling in a while.
Wardlow came out after and said once he be after him and Hobbs, he wouldn't mind going up to MJF and being the first TNT and AEW champion. And funny enough, the Wardlow, his rental car was broken into and someone stole his gear, his boots, and the TNT title. One of the Usos will be the one.
Jimmy, but honestly, I don't know, man. I feel they're kind of late with this, and maybe we can view this later down the line, but I don't know. I think it's a little too late to even start with that. To me, but I'd like to see them one-on-one. I would love it.
I mean, it would be a full circle moment if Jay was the one to do it. Jimmy hasn't had a chance to face Roman, so he could have a match. I don't think he would be the one to win. But also, I think Solo being the one to win, if it's going to be him dropping someone in the bloodline, Solo being that guy, because he hasn't lost on the main roster yet. He's been protected.
Dominates. I feel Solo should take a title off Roman. I mean,
and you could get behind that. Like we said before, you could have Rikishi come up and be in his corner and be his mouthpiece, because I don't know how he is on the mic, really. I mean,
can I get a Paul Heyman stink face, please?
What do you mean?
Whenever this whole rivalry goes down, can Paul Heyman just get Rikishi bat that ass up one time?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You ain't got to do Roman that way. No, just do Paul Heyman that way.
Oh,
he's paid handsomely. You'll be all right. Bro, I tell you, I used to turn that TV on to see that stink face, man. It was money. I don't know what it was, and it was nasty, but everybody loved it.
I mean, bringing Rikishi in is just adding another piece to it.
As deep as the story's gone, why not?
But on Raw, they showed I didn't see it at first, but Cody Rhodes was backstage talking to Kevin Owens. And then someone was like, "Oh, Cody Rhodes came out and helped Sami Zayn at the end." Everyone's like, "Oh, Cody Rhodes is going to be the key to Kevin Owens, or Cody Rhodes is going to be the key to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn making amends." And I still think Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens to the and the Usos at Mania for the tag titles.
Guest appearance, Scotty Too Hottie, dang, the Worm, yeah, he going way back with Too Cool and Grandmaster Sexay, Jerry King Lawler's son, Brian Lawler. I don't know much about what he's been doing lately, but man, if the King's your pops, you ain't really got to do much. But I remember Jerry was in the hospital recently. I hope he's good. I don't remember what it was about, but Jamie, man, no piano today, bro. No piano today. I appreciate you visiting the stream. I don't think we really touched much on UFC today. Usually that's what old Jamie's here for. But we know we got Jan versus Davishvili. I think I've got that. Davishvili. I have to get back. I know the man. Davishvili, I want to say the man's name is. But yeah, that's the freebie fight card on ESPN. And man, damn, he did pass away. Wasn't it? It was recent, like 2016 or so, wasn't it? I forgot about that, man. But I always liked him. He always has some swag to him, dude. Oh, somebody had to bring up Valentino on me. Man, that hurts. But Valentina's getting that automatic rematch. And I'm not a fan of that at all. Not this fight, but in general with automatic rematches, there ain't nobody in the sport that deserves automatic rematch more than her. There is not a female fighter on the planet with a better resume than her. So she lost a competitive fight. She got choked, so be it. She wanted to fight. Her opponent wanted to give it to her. I'm running it back. And there's a reason Valentina's the favorite. Davishvili. I'm gonna have to practice that one. I was joking, Jamie. I might have even said it with you in the past, bro. But my buddy Tony, I've said that about this MMA content. That's the hardest part, is some of these damn names.
Yeah, I tried to go over, do a breakdown, card predictions, whatever. Just nope, I can't do it.
Some
Can't.
of them I can hit perfectly though. You know what I'm saying? Like guys I watch more often of.
Yeah.
But man, like Nurmagomedov, most people can't even say that.
Newest excuse from Jake Paul, wet night before the dream. Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez, who is that? But yeah, we touched on that too, man. Uh, I didn't know if you didn't know. Yeah, I thought I knew how to say it a couple fights ago, and then I hadn't seen it in a while. So I got to get better with my pronunciation of these foreign fighters, and I don't mean no disrespect. It's just hard. Like, but at least Piotr Yan, that's on the money. I know people that call him Peter Yan. No, no. Some names, yeah, Krylov and Span. Oh, dude, you broke some news to me because I ain't even gonna lie, I didn't even know that. But it's like they just it was just canceled 2 weekends ago, and now we got it back. It's either Krylov decision or Ryan Spann with the Superman knockout. And honestly, I like both of these guys, but I'd like to see Spann win by knockout. But I'm gonna have to take Krylov. But Krylov just got over food poisoning. He might be a little rusty. Yeah, you see, we be getting some damn people rolling in here. Who said that about Jake Paul anyway? Though I'm just curious. But like I also, you see, we get a lot of people rolling here, all kind of from the spectrums, dude. Need to have, like I said, I'm gonna try to go live once or twice a week at least.
Yeah. I mean, I'm off on Wednesdays. I only work today just because.
If you want next Wednesday to host one, we can do that.
Yeah.
And if I don't get it tonight, tomorrow I'll have it. Like I said before, the podcast, I'll have it where I can get the stuff sent to you, and if I can, I'll have the link where you can do it the way I was telling you. So
Yeah. Yep.
Romanov, see, that's a name I can get easy. Romanov, Volkov. I know I love both of them. But to me, man, I want to lean with Romanov. But Volkov is his striking. I love it. Big fan of his striking. But I feel like Volkov starts very hard the first 2 rounds, and he just kind of chills. Like the third round, he'll just want to throw a jab out there because he's so long, and that's what's cost him fights, in my opinion. But he's one of the best strikers. Jamie, if you're still watching, what do you think about Pavlovich? Because a lot of people think Pavlovich has a good chance and a good case at the heavyweight division. He might get the winner of Stipe and Jones. You already got me jacked up with that, bro.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna try. I don't know.
Hey, but I like it because
I
you're
don't
gonna
know
keep
enough. I don't
you gonna
know.
keep you gonna keep me on my toes, and I'm gonna make sure I know it for next time. Askrab Hiziraf. Yeah, I can get that one kind of.
I know Sugar Sean. I know Bo Nickel. I know.
Yeah, Nick isn't the
Conor McGregor.
biggest MMA guy, but he's come a long way though, and we're gonna get him. We're gonna get him better. But that's what he's here for, man. You get in him with the combat boxing and the misfit, any of that other stuff. He's good with that stuff too. Yeah, Pavlovich cardio might cost him against John Jones. But I assure you, some of these names I'm gonna keep in mind, Jamie. You keep in mind too. You messing with me about that piano a few minutes ago. See, he blew my cover last week. He was like, "Go play the piano." I'm like, "Bro, it ain't real." But I mean, sometimes like this kind of looks fake, but
Yeah.
some of these
It's a little pixelated.
yeah, the other one looked on point. I don't know
Yeah.
what it was, but this one kind of looked bullshit. But I didn't really know what to put on this, honestly, and I got to edit my logo a little more because I don't want it directly behind my head. Piano,
Piano Man like Billy
hey,
Joel.
one day it might be a real piano, and I can go play it for you, bro. I'd like to have a nice grand piano in a living space where I do a podcast at. Matt, you got natural music. Have somebody play it for you while you film it. Man, I think we've had a killer episode today, bro.
Yeah, a lot.
Is there anything we haven't touched on you'd like to touch on?
The XFL.
Yeah, dude. I'm glad. Dude, I can't believe we haven't.
I
That
know.
shows you how big the world is with sports.
I just quickly, well, a little bit ago, I was looking up like just on their website about like just their latest news. They announced today that Terramana Tequila is an official and exclusive tequila of the XFL.
Wow.
No shocker there, because that's the Rock's
Yeah,
tequila.
the Rocks. Rock putting some more money back in his pocket.
Yep.
And I hope it
The
works.
Beer Snake returns at DC. Ben DiNucci's 65-yard game-winning touchdown was the play of the week for week 3. We got week 4 coming up soon. I don't understand how they're doing their schedule. Sometimes they have a game on a Thursday. Sometimes it's just Saturday, Sunday.
That's what throws me off.
I'm
fine with it though, but it throws me off too. I
Looks
kind of
like-
gotta find myself looking at the NF or XFL.com at the schedule more than I should be.
yeah.
Just
They
later, Jamie.
Saturday at 7, it's Houston and Orlando. That's on FX again. And then San Antonio and Seattle at 10 o'clock on ESPN Plus and FX. That's Saturday as well. And then Sunday is Arlington and St. Louis on ESPN2. And then Vegas and DC at 7 on ESPN2.
Hey, you know all about Whiteville, Jamie. You know about some stuff I'm trying to work with them too. I'm not gonna speak too much on that, but I'm excited for some stuff, man. Might have an opportunity to interview some wrestlers. I'll be honest, I don't know nothing about, but I can always research. That's the thing, about my platform. If I ever have a worthy guest, and a lot of sports guys I know, but there's some guys I might not. I'm gonna research the hell, and I'm gonna know you before you come talk with me.
FTR is long term in AEW. Yeah, that was surprising to me that they returned. Considering what I think Dax, it was Dax that had an Instagram story with it looked like it was a WWE contract at the bottom, kind of trolling everyone, but it keeps everything interesting. The Guns and FTR, they could put on a banger of a match.
They can, absolutely. I'm glad to see, because Jamie, tell you, Whiteville's small town, bro. Small, but they got talent here. Not even just in wrestling, and I'm hoping I'm be working with them with some projects. So I'm excited to see, and I feel I work closer more with North Carolina than I do South, and I live in South. That's the funny thing to me. Like my own state where I rest my head don't even really support nothing I do. But that's how it is, Yeah. At the end of the day, it ain't gonna stop me from liking what I like and doing what I do. To me, it just motivates me more. It's like, well, for this person that don't like that, there's somebody else that does. There's always somebody watching, Nick. Remember that.
Yep.
You don't know. You never know who's going to email you or message you. Because what you and I do, we build in a portfolio, man.
Yep.
And you just, like I said, you just don't know who's watching us. So stay after it, man. Fuck the haters, honestly. And I was told by a close person last week, they're like, obviously when you get on certain like levels of airwaves, the cussing needs to calm down. I don't mind doing that if I'm getting a paycheck.
Yeah.
But when I return home and do my own thing, nobody's gonna tell me how to talk.
Yeah.
I feel we keep it clean, but I'm not gonna tell somebody they can't cuss. And if you're a parent that's here, then and it's kind of your own fault if your kids get on something that they shouldn't, because I have a phone, and if I had a kid, they'd be locked out of everything. Like you wouldn't just be able to pull up my YouTube or Facebook. Just at the end of the day, control your kids' devices. But I'm not a guy that's like people. Oh, he's 5 years old. He shouldn't have a phone. If my kid was 5, he'd have a phone, because if there's an emergency, you can call me, mommy, or 911. That might be the only things you can do.
Yeah, the Firefly.
Yeah, but kids need a phone for that, Like I don't want to worry if I drop my kid off somewhere and he can't call me. Hell no. But yeah, man, I think we'll probably call this an episode. What you think?
I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
Anything else?
Creed 3.
I'm checking that this week.
It was good. I see why Sylvester Stallone didn't want to be Rocky again.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw a TikTok the other day, an interview with him. He said that if for Creed 4 he would do it, but it would have to be just Michael B. Jordan
Yeah.
and him deciding where it goes. But I won't give anything away. But it was a good movie. They did a good job of making it not just about boxing.
Yeah, I like that. If they can put a good story together with, that's what appeals to me. And I like the first two a lot. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to go in with expectations crazy high, but because I already know how, the second and thirds in movies, they get worse. Even if they're great, they get worse for the most part. It's
Yeah.
hard to replicate originals.
This is Michael B. Jordan, the first movie that he's ever directed, and he did really, really good. So
He's a phenomenal guy, man. He's so talented.
the cast was really good. The villain, the antagonist, he was also an Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I didn't know that.
Oh wow!
But everyone was in.
Boy, you see that? That's what you call fresh cut. You live in 100-degree weather. I can't rock no head of hair no more, bro.
Yeah, it hit about 50 degrees up here in PA, so
Like 80 right now here.
I wish.
I wish I don't want -10, but I don't want 100 plus either. I
think I would lose the mullet if I was in
I'll never get rid of this stuff, bro.
Yeah, no, can't do it.
I'll go have a job interview and walk away if they say something about that. You ain't got a paycheck enough to cut that.
Yeah, put me on the radio. I don't need to be on camera.
Yes. Yeah, at the point, man, I'm open to radio, video, writing articles for website. I don't care. I'm open to do all of it at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, we got doors that's going to be opening soon, man. We got to stay on this grind. That's all there is to it. Like I told you, I'm in negotiations with Full Sail like Lamar is with the Ravens.
I was gonna say, have you started back up yet?
And I'm coming back, but I'm talking money right now with them. So you know how that is. Things change on the finances, and I wasn't too happy about that. And then they started talking scholarships. So they're calling me Friday, and we're gonna see what they have to go over with that. It's like the scholarships are cool, but it's like, man, I was also promised that same thing, that $100 for the society program I paid to join, paid $100, nothing to show for that. So it's like, I'm just playing hardball. I'm coming back, but it's just, I want that price to come down some. And I had a 3.8 GPA, and y'all keep calling and begging me and wanting me to come back the way you do. Work with me on the finances.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Either way, if nothing happens, I'm still coming back. But I don't know. I like to talk business, and I have on their toes, bro.
The Project Portfolio 4. This is one of the toughest classes I've had in.
I believe it.
Month.
Every one of those classes of that portfolio is tough.
This one it blows the other couple. Just
I believe it. You got like 7 of them to take too.
Yeah,
I heard the last one isn't that hard.
Good.
I heard that's more like getting your resume and getting everything, your portfolio, everything together for the real world. But
yeah, and that's what boggles my mind is like besides the one where the second one, I think, where we actually set up the portfolio, the third 3 and 4, they've said nothing about the portfolio.
Jeez.
Besides, like I think the one assignment was like, oh, you have to submit it to your portfolio, and then
I remember when we first had that whole thing happen, they were like, it won't be accepted if it ain't there. Or something like that.
It's like, I haven't touched the Adobe portfolio since the second.
Dude, I put 12 hours onto that easily.
Huh?
I said I put 12 hours into editing it. And you remember the dude gave me that 0 because I didn't do it the right way. And then I had to redo it. And just to take it that seriously and to never touch it again.
Yeah. Yeah. I
honestly, You build a portfolio right on Facebook, bro.
That's why I said I'm like because I was talking to the career development team at Full Sail, and they said, "Do you have a portfolio? Do you have what all do you have?" And I said, "I have a YouTube channel." They were like, "Oh, that's perfect." So if my YouTube channel is good enough, why am I worrying about
Exactly.
adding
Your
everything to the portfolio?
YouTube channel, anywhere you put your audio live or audio podcast, your
Anchor,
Twitter,
Spotify, yeah,
Facebook, all of that is a part of your portfolio. It's yours. It's your
yeah,
content, and that's basically what the guy I was talking to the other day was telling me too. It's like people see that just like they see a resume these days, man.
yeah,
And they were
yeah.
complimenting what we're doing right now. Not everybody knows how to do this.
Yep, yep. And
It's
yeah, I
experience.
mean, I have a friend that I graduated with. He is a weatherman down in Ohio, and um, he was telling me start doing a demo reel and get that together and everything. And I'm like, okay, so I haven't done anything with it yet, but I'm gonna start. I'm gonna make a separate playlist on Facebook for or on YouTube for those kind of things
Yeah,
when I have to use my DSLR camera for videos for school, and I'm just gonna put them right onto that playlist. I mean, I have a playlist for Full Sail classwork, but that's everything. That's not
yeah.
just that's
It's
all
good to
the
have this
videos,
playlist, man.
the music video that we did for that for I think that was Project Portfolio 3. I think that was the one that was the last class that you did, I think, or
Yeah,
whenever you switched.
that's when I was in a hard spot, man. But I ain't gonna be in having those problems here soon. So I'm gonna have a car by the summer. So I'm glad about that. That's really been what's my headache with things, and I had to run around. And I told the admissions team, like, but man, y'all told me I could do this in the bed. You got me running around 20
Yeah,
minutes to Myrtle Beach.
it's
Like,
yeah, I don't know why.
they understood it, and that's why they were so smooth about the transition with me.
Yeah, I've been talking to my friends about everything like that because like they're always like, What are you doing?" I'm like, "I gotta do this video and this stuff, and I gotta shoot this video." They're like, "What do you mean shoot it? Where you gotta go?" And I was like, "Well, I'm supposed to go film people playing a sport." And they're like, "Why? I thought you're online." I'm like, "Exactly."
I've had that
Or
too.
or if it's like you have to use your DSLR camera. It's like I haven't touched this thing in 8 months. They This is a great program. It's a great school and everything, but I think that they should be able to incorporate people that just want to do audio and focus on being on radio and
Yeah,
perfect
I
that. And
agree. They
I mean,
just feed
yeah,
you. They
we
feed you
need to
so
know the
much.
basics. We need to know the basics and all that, but like we do. The first month we got our camera and our lights and all that stuff. We did the basics. And
Yeah,
then you should be able to choose if you want to do it with the camera and
yeah,
be on camera. If you want to do it and be only audio, you should be able to choose.
I
Same with
agree.
the equipment that they're sending. I haven't touched the XLR mic because the audio mixer, I'm not taking it on and off with my camera while the camera's on the tripod.
I'm
I'm
not
not taking
using
it off
either
every
one. If you want to know the truth, I'm not using either one. I
I'm
got a
not
new mic coming that's going to plug right into this computer. I got a new mixer that's coming that's going to plug right into this computer, and I'm going to sell my old mixer probably. I'm going to keep the camera, but I'm probably going to sell my old mixer.
yeah. Which
This you
mic did
can't
you
go
end up
live
getting?
with it. That one you just named. Oh, the mic I'm getting? No, I'm
Yeah.
not sure yet. I was looking at a couple different ones, different
I
prices, but I'm gonna get something good.
I gotta say, I have only had the one they sent, and then the HyperX that I got, the Quadcast HyperX that I got. I love it.
Yeah, those
I
I've read
love
a
it.
lot of good about
I
those.
love it, and it's like you said, it's a USB. So you just need an adapter because it's USB C, not micro USB. So you just get an adapter, but it plugs right into your laptop. You're good. You're good, and you can plug a headset right into it. The one that they sent
Yeah,
us
that made me
works.
mad too. This ain't even been open yet, bro. I mean, I know it goes in the mixer, but I need it in the computer. So
So, well, no,
every
we have a headphone jack in the laptop.
this right here fits in there.
Yeah, you might have to unscrew it. It might
Oh,
unscrew.
dude, I haven't. That shows you it ain't been open. I ain't even because I
Yeah.
was here. I was like, everything this school has sent me has not helped me.
No. I had the same issue because I reached out to you
Oh,
for the microphone,
Hey, but next week I'll be using that next week. But yeah,
Um,
dude, it hadn't left the plastic because of that. Because I thought it had to go in the mixer.
no, no.
I, those are probably decent headphones, though.
They,
Maybe not after sitting in the dust, but
so funny enough, that's the same headset that they use on Impulsive.
that's legit. Then
But the HyperX Quadcast, I'm just not using it because I'm not sitting at the desk that I have.
yeah,
But I have it on an arm that swivels and raises and all that. And it's 20. It was $20 on Amazon, and it looks great.
not bad. I got to go researching that today.
So I stand by the HyperX, the Quadcast, and like I said, the headset plugs right into it, and then you have volume control. You can set it for different sound, so you can have it in the middle and be able to pick up all the sound around it. So you can have four people with you, one person, one person, one person, all four. You can talk into the mic, and it's still going to be crystal clear. Or
That's
you can set it for just you, where it's going to pick up from the top, from the sides, all that kind of stuff.
I like that. I'll say, for a mic built-in on the laptop, these are decent, but it doesn't just
Sure.
quite get it done. Listen to me at work, I appreciate it, bro. I know a lot of you guys tell me y'all prefer YouTube, but me, I'm shadow banned on there, so that's not I put content there, but that's not my top priority no more. If Facebook's going to keep jumping up 300 followers in a week and stuff the way it's been, this is where my attention's going. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to make another YouTube. I'm going to keep this other one up for highlights, but I'm going to make another one that's nothing but my content podcast.
Yeah.
I don't want to get shadow banned again.
So I would say check your studio and see if you have any strikes or anything like that to see why you would be shadow banned, or it might not even be that you're shadow banned. You just haven't been in the algorithm for so long.
Probably not.
They're not getting anything out, because all it takes is for you to post 5 or 6 videos for your views to jump up, and then boom, you're right back into it. That's what happened to me. That's what happened to me. I've
been stagnated for a while.
I was posting 6, 7 videos, 7 shorts a day, and then then the next week the views would jump up, and then all of a sudden nothing, but I was still posting every single day.
I definitely got some work to do with it. Been listening to the whole thing. I appreciate it, man. Share the stream. Appreciate the people that's here, the guys that I know that have commented, the ones that I don't know. I appreciate you. Yeah, man.
It'll be on my channel within the next couple of days, so check it out there too.
For sure. Go ahead and tell them where they can find your content at too.
Sleeper Sports Media on YouTube, Instagram and Twitter, NWeetosh62, or just NWeetosh. I'm more active on Twitter for like live tweeting events and all that kind of stuff. Don't use Instagram much, but and then Facebook, Nick Weetosh, and the Sleeper Sports Media Group.
And that's how you're able to get up with him. Plenty of platforms, probably more to come too. I'm trying to get. We've talked about with Apple Music. I've been catching hell trying to get linked with them.
Yeah, I tried it too. Spotify. I do my audio goes.
Spotify's great.
Anchor. I've made 92 cents on Anchor.
Nice, dude. I ain't made a penny, but I hadn't really. I just started moving with that.
I was gonna say, if you go to Anchor, there's an option where you can record an ad for them, and then you get paid. That's how
you need to do that, because that's how I swear that's how I would be opening my pods, like powered by StreamYard and myself, because I pay for StreamYard. It ain't free. So when I ask for donations to keep the streams going, it's legit. This ain't. Nick could tell you.
It's to keep it out, to be able to get it out to different Facebook.
Yeah. I wouldn't be able to have the outreach,
YouTube, all that.
It's not free,
and it's to get more people to be able to be in the stream.
Yep. Of course, we could have more panels and more guests, which we would like to do in the future. Need more.
I was thinking, like, WrestleMania, a watch along party. Get a whole bunch of people.
If I'm around, I'm down for it. I don't know what my plans would be, but I like that idea a lot, dude. I do.
I've been wanting to do that too, like a watch along for Raw, SmackDown, or a paper, whatever. I just haven't been able to do it because on pay-per-view weekends I get pizza and I sit and watch and eat pizza.
Can't beat that. I'll be mixing it up. Had me a
Uh,
good old steak on my birthday though, and I tore that thing up. Big old T-bone.
yeah,
And I
I
had
had.
a cheap chop steak for breakfast that day. I was a pig, dude. That's my
um,
favorite thing to eat.
I had Big Mac pizza on Sunday for
It
Revolution.
looked good. I seen that. It looked
You saw
good.
that? Yep. Yep.
Yeah, it looked
It,
good.
it was it was very good. I'll be back to my wings or chicken tenders on Friday for SmackDown.
Yeah, I got to figure out what I'm gonna be eating for SmackDown too. I know I'm kind of hungry now, man. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I mean we can go another 5 minutes and knock out 2 hours. That
Yeah,
was our goal.
yeah,
That was
we
our goal.
close.
Let's hit
Yeah,
that 2 hour goal. Um, Mike,
dag.
but yeah, I mean, um, actually, I got the mic at Target, and
Mm-hmm.
I go in there every once in a while and I look and see what else is there. I got a bundle, a HyperX, like the same brand, a bundle, the keyboard, the mouse, and a headset for like 130.
That's not bad.
Um, and the mouse is decent. The keyboard is cool. It's a mechanical one, but it's not a click like a loud clicky one.
That's how I
Uh,
like.
and it's RGB and all that stuff. So I would HyperX has been really really good. I mean, it's good, decent product and good quality, but um, other than that, like the mics that we talked about, like the Shure SM7B, but that one that's XLR only, and then the MV7 for sure is
Yeah,
a USB one. I was looking into getting that one.
yeah. There's a lot of options. It's
Those
crazy.
the Shure SM7B, that's what I see a lot of like big podcasts they have. Impulsive, Nelk, um, anything, any other pod. I mean, Joe Rogan.
That was one of my biggest things. I love all the gear and stuff we got from our school and the stuff we've learned to do with it. It's like, but man, they ain't not one item built for a live stream.
No, the lights. That's it.
Yeah, that's why I am using one right now. If I used all three, it'd be like madness in
Yeah,
here.
I got one on each side. I don't. So
But
I'm still trying to figure it out.
I got a overhead light, and then I got one of those studio lights. But the other two, I haven't even pulled out the box.
Yeah,
I don't think I'll ever need them.
yeah. I mean,
At least not in my living area for what I do this at now. If I
yeah,
upgrade in the future, yeah. But where
yeah,
I'm at right now, I can't.
yeah. And I will say, uh, here's the mic for the camera. It broke. It
Man,
it,
I
it
want to throw them out away.
bottom
That thing
here
crap,
popped
dude.
off.
Dude, that part broke for me too. Dude, mine's probably sitting there in a drawer full of dust.
Yeah.
It's crap. I hate
Um.
to say it like that, but it is.
I mean, I guess I do use the adapter they sent for the SD card going into the
Yeah,
whatever.
that is a good piece of equipment.
I wish they would have sent more. I wish or
I wish they built this for live streaming because, like, what's Dan Patrick do? He live streams.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's like it was a very, the equipment's very introductory.
Oh yeah. And
That's how I took it.
the tripod,
That thing's a piece of crap.
yeah. Yeah. Yep.
This crap, bro. I don't even know why I got this thing anymore.
Like I said, with the audio mixer, trying to use that with the camera and then taking the camera on and off the tripod, I'm like, nope,
It's
I'm good.
not worth it.
I'm
That's
good.
why if I can find a buyer to buy this mixer, I'm selling it because I'm gonna get the one that plugs right into my computer, man. I don't
Well,
even want to deal with it.
also the HyperX, you don't need a mixer.
That's good. I still want a mixer just cause though, just in case I want to tweak the littlest of decibels.
So,
But
yeah, I mean, I get that for sure, definitely. It's
listen,
just
it don't cost much, bro. It's like 40
yeah,
or $50.
yeah, it's just one more thing you got to plug in and then have to configure and all that. And
It,
honestly,
it beats stacking it on that tripod though.
it does. But
I,
the HyperX, as soon as you plug it in, you configure it all on the mic because that's how you can control where the audio is coming in and out of, and it sounds great no matter. You know what I mean? So
I'm gonna do my research this afternoon with that stuff, man. Because I've got a few things in my balling, and I got a wish list of stuff circled too. So it's gonna be cool.
But yeah, I mean, we got 45 seconds. I guess, I mean, AEW's tonight. And do it. I can see what I believe Wardlow and Powerhouse Hobbs, they have a title match tonight, TNT title match tonight. I don't know if Tony has any big announcements. He said that there was reports out that they had him coming, so
might be. I'm probably recording tonight. I got some gaming I'm gonna catch up on tonight.
It's out in Sacramento. Orange Cassidy will be defending the All Atlantic Championship against Jay Lethal.
That should be fun.
Like I said, the TNT title was stolen. House of Black, they beat the Elite.
Yeah.
Their trios champion. FTR is back in AEW. I'm sure MJF will be there. Also, MJF is on Impractical Jokers tomorrow night.
I like that.
They have no plans for Jade Cargill right now, and FTW Hook is back. Dustin Rhodes and Keith Lee are now a tag team, I guess.
That's weird. That's awkward.
Adam Cole will be returning to the ring March 29th. No idea who he's facing yet.
Always good when he's around, though.
Jungle Boy and Christian ended their feud.
Finally, they've been after it on and off for a minute. At least it seems like.
Ruby Soho joined Outsiders. Tony Storm and Saraya, I think it is. And that was the pay-per-view. John Moxley and Hangman Adam Page, they had a great match. I don't know. I know you commented on that video that I posted, the one of Tony Khan saying, "Mox, are you going to bleed tonight?" And then it was LA Knight saying, "Yeah."
Oh yeah.
Somebody was just there hating on Mox.
Always. There's always some haters, man. Whether no matter what platform you on, that's something I've learned. I'll just roll with it, and if it's like, thank you for your time, but if you get irritated enough, I'm gonna have to block you. So
yeah, I mean, at that point, I'm not even gonna worry about blocking them. If they're gonna subscribe and if they're gonna comment and get more eyes to it, cool. If
Facebook throws it differently than that, though. I don't want a bunch of people on my page following me on here. YouTube subscribe, that's a little different with the subscription and stuff, but I don't know. I try to keep the BS off my Facebook and stuff, man. I have a track record of a lot of it coming, and I'm surprised it's been clean today, man. But sometimes there'd be some people with some BS. I know we didn't even touch on baseball, but before we leave, I would just like to say, opening day is March 30th. So at least
one baseball classic that started today.
Yeah.
Adam Wainwright was pitching for the U.S. I saw you shared that, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not too big on anything until opening day. I don't really watch the preseason baseball too much.
I want to go to a spring training game. It would be sick to just.
I'd love to go see it live, like during that. Yeah, but I'm just getting ready for the season, man. Just that's all these early games do for me. Get me thinking about it.
Yeah, I'll pay attention, but I won't focus on baseball until after hockey's over after the Stanley Cup, unless the Penguins aren't in it, which the way they've been playing right now, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't end up making it. But
we probably ain't. I don't think we're going to be doing much either, sadly. Yeah, man. I think I'm ready to go get me some food.
Yeah, I'm feeling that too. I got to finish up my discussion post, so that'll be out on my channel, as well as this one in the next couple days.
Definitely had a great episode. You guys subscribe to his YouTube. Go check out all his platforms he told you. As you know, if you're watching this, you're already on mine, so you can share the stream to wherever you want to share it. Just, so keep the support going. We appreciate you guys, and there'll be more of these. So until next time, this is episode 5. Have a good day. Peace out.